Hi, this is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center. And what I'm doing today is I have a patient who had her lipoma removed. A lipoma is a benign fatty tumor, and they just look like a big puffy lump in the skin. So hers was quite large, and she's had it removed. I'm closing up now. How do you say that? I'm going close up now so you can see the scar. That's the scar. And it comes all the way over there on close up. And now I'm going to back the camera up. Sorry. And so now what you can see that what I've done, this is called circle the dragon in Chinese acupuncture. You put one needle on one end of the scar, another needle on the other end, and then you needle alongside the scar. And in this case, because the scar's pretty big, I also needled right into the scar a bit. And then what you do is you run electrical stimulation from, this is one end of the scar here, to the other end. And then you also run across the scar diagonally. Now, normally when I have the electrical stimulation cranked up really high, as I do in this case, normally you would see the muscle jumping a bit or a lot, but because it's a scar, you don't see a lot of movement, but she feels it. Do you still feel it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she feels the electrical stimulation, and this is a way to break up stagnation of qi in the scar. And from the anatomical standpoint, what you're doing is you're stimulating the tissues to lay down new growth in a more biologically oriented fashion. What scars are actually are, the reason why scars look the way they do is it's actually new tissue that's been laid down in a regular fashion rather than an irregular fashion. Normal tissue is laid down in an irregular fashion. So the electrical stim helps to stimulate new growth in an irregular fashion. That's at least how that was explained to me by my physiology teacher in acupuncture school, who was herself an MD and a researcher. So that's what I'm doing here. This is called Circle the Dragon. It's called Circle the Dragon whether you use the electrical stim or not. That's the ancient acupuncture name for this therapy that can be used for scars. It can also be used for boils and cystic acne, where you circle around the lesion to break up stagnation. That's how we would call that in Chinese medical theory, breaking up stagnation, qi stagnation, and stimulating the qi flow. Thanks for tuning in.